they got other books and stuff like that where y'all can download stuff that they want you to have. So we want y'all to have this. It ain't nothing to, this is an educational magazine right here, man.
Yeah,
it ain't nothing split. It ain't nothing crazy. We just enlightening. We trying to uplift people. That's all this is. Street Element magazine, man.
I'm loving it. So what made you want to be the voice for the unspoken, bro?
Okay, so in 2004 I got out of state prison. I got out of state prison, but I ain't learned no lesson. I basically got back in the game. When I got back in the game, things hadn't changed before, because prior to that, I was dealing with Colombians. I had a Colombian plug out of Miami, and they was really connected with the Medellin cartel. But in 99, I caught a racketeering case, ended up going to prison, got out in 2004.
Now, for the people that don't know, explain to us what's racketeering.
Okay, racketeering is the racketeering influence, organized, corruption organization, something like that. That's how they got it broken down. And they used them charges really for the mafia. That's what it was designed for. But in my situation in 99, the states got smart. They said, we're going to start using them in drug conspiracy and drug cases. Meaning it could be you and a couple other dudes from the city, and they'll just round up a whole bunch of people and throw them in a racketeering case. Similar to what they're doing with Young Thug. But back then when I was hustling in the streets, drug dealers not in no organization. If Red ain't got it, say I'm Red Plug, right? Mm-hmm. If I ain't got it, he ain't finna wait on me. He gonna go call from somebody else until I get some. That means we not an organization. A lawyer had to break that down to me. He said basically Pepsi don't buy nothing from Coca-Cola. If Pepsi ain't got no Pepsi, it ain't no Pepsi. They had to wait till their shipment come in. So when he told me that, it really made sense. Yeah, drug dealers not in no organization, because we are freelancing, especially in Tampa. Tampa always been a freelance city. Ain't nobody over nobody. It's just niggas got work, niggas selling work. But in that case, they rounded up 22 of us in that racketeering case. And it wasn't no drugs involved. I showed you a copy of the case. You can see that they charged us with like large amounts of cocaine that they say we was moving from 1990 to 1999. They had say we had moved over 50 tons of cocaine, something like that in the case.
Yeah.
In the paperwork. And when push came to shove, when I started going through the case, it seemed like the only person they really wanted was me. Out of the whole 22 individuals. We had some Colombians. We had like 11 Colombians out of Miami. We had like a couple of guys out of Central Park, Billy Boy, PP. They was involved in our case. These guys I never did no business with. They had a couple of my partners, Chew, Willie, Ricardo, Eric, E, Carl, and myself. We were all the black guys tied in it. And then we had some Colombians that was here in Tampa that they was labeling as the ringleader, which was Martha Medina. And anybody can look this up. She was the ringleader, and they had her as the top person in charge. Then they had her broke off, because when you get a racketeering case, they're gonna have a pyramid, or basically how they say the organization is being ran.
The hierarchy, yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna have a pyramid. So they had her up top, then they had me up under her, and then they had two other Colombians that they said I was dealing with. Now this how they get all this information, through wiretaps. See, people don't understand, like through them, they don't understand. These phones are devices that these people use against you. They make you think it's all fun and games, but they're gonna use everything you say against you in the court of law, regardless if it's right or wrong. So I had my first experience with a wiretap case, and that's when I felt like these people don't play fair. They'll try anything to get you off the streets.
Now, this case was a state case, correct?
It was a state case.
Okay.
But once again, the feds rather hit you with a drug conspiracy.
Now let's break down a drug conspiracy. What is a drug conspiracy?
A drug conspiracy is saying me and Ronnie already selling drugs, and Ronnie meet a CI or somebody, and they want him to bring him some work. Ronnie come back to me because I'm his partner. We already doing this already, but he done met somebody that's the police. He come to me, I give him a half a brick, and then he go make the sale. Man, we just conspired to go sell a half a brick. Because we already selling drugs. The conspiracy, this already going on prior to him meeting this CI. But once he go meet that CI, the CI know, hey, Ronnie's getting it from Kevin. Kevin gave it to Ronnie. Now when they knock him off, they knock me off. That's a conspiracy.
Gotcha.
A racketeer in the situation, I don't have to know Ronnie. I didn't know people. I knew PP and Billy Boy, but I never did no business with them. I ain't no organization with them.
This how serious racketeering is. That if they get you for racketeering, right, and say if you was just a dope boy in there, but other members of the racketeering was committing murders, they're gonna charge you with those murders because that was in the furtherance of the racketeering.
That's what they were doing.
And you didn't even kill nobody. You just was the dope boy. You ain't never did no violence or anything like that. But anything that was in the furtherance of that, they're gonna charge you with that.
Yeah, they're gonna do that. They definitely gonna do that. For the simple fact, they try and use groups of people and place them in gang situations. See, and then in my situation, wasn't no gangs. Remember, I came up in a time wasn't no gangs in Florida. There wasn't no gangs. It's only dope boys in neighborhoods. And if you a dope boy from my neighborhood, if I got niggas in Jackson Heights or a nigga in Central Park that I'm fucking with, I have a pass to go in each one of these neighborhoods and put my work down.
Yeah.
So I'm not in no organization.
Now, in a way,
drug dealer.
Now, in a way, I got to kind of disagree with you. Now, it wasn't no gangs as far as Blood, Crips, or Disciples, but you did have cliques. Like in Miami, they had for as the John Doe boys, or you had
John Doe wasn't no gang. That was as a package.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Correct
really
me.
Wasn't labeled. No,
that's
they
a
wasn't
package.
labeled like the John Doe wasn't labeled as a Crip or Blood or GD type of gang.
Yeah.
They was a crew out of Miami that was putting
There
in
you go.
work.
A crew.
They was a crew. They was not like an organized type. You know, most gangs got
John Doe
rules.
was a package that niggas was selling. And the niggas who was selling it, the police named them John Doe.
Mm-hmm.
Because the package that they were selling had John Doe stamped on it.
So the police gave it.
Yes.
Gotcha.
If me and you got a trap and we hustling, and we call our package Blue Magic, or then the Blue Magic Boys.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? We got another package, we call that motherfucker Dirty South. We the Dirty South boy, cause we pushing that package in the city with that name on it.
Okay.
So when the Fed were locking that nigga to Miami up, that's how they were labeling them. That's why they got the Booby Boys.
I was just about to ask you about the
You
booty.
see, that ain't a game. That ain't no game. The police labeled them that so they can
Yeah, because
charge
they say
them.
them boys didn't even. They say them boys didn't even call themselves that.
No, they wasn't. They
So the police gave
Police
that name,
gave them that name.
just because at that time the alleged leader was Booby.
Correct.
right.
Wow, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's not a game.
That's
See,
crazy.
Niggas, we didn't have gangs in Florida, but in Miami it was different. They were labeled a package with a name,
Yeah.
and then when the people get on that, we're gonna label all them who's affiliated with this package, and we're gonna pick
See,
all them up and
Miami
label them as a
almost
gang.
had like a New York style of hustling. And what I mean by that is they had corners and they had like 20 niggas on the block selling one nigga work. Tampa never did that. We never did that. We never had no 10, 15, 5 niggas on the block, excuse me, selling one nigga work. No, that wasn't that.
Well,
but
where I
that was a
came
Miami
up-
style.
Where I came up, it was one nigga doing that.
And that probably was the only person in Tampa, Boss Hall.
Yeah.
Probably was the only person in Tampa doing that. Well, this whole block over there on Henry was his block and all the work was his. But I'm saying that wasn't a norm in Tampa.
Okay.
In Miami, it was a norm for niggas to have blocks.
You can't sell dope in Miami without having a spot, and you gotta earn that spot. You just ain't gonna get no dope from come out the house and I go buy some dope from Red and I go up here and sell it.
And I know this because I ain't never lived in Miami, right? So I ain't speaking on Miami. I just know this from being in prison with niggas from Miami, and they used to tell me that because I ain't understand. I just be like, what? He'd be like, yeah, niggas they don't give a damn if you sell $20,000 worth of dope, you still gonna get paid $1,000 a week. If you sold $100,000 worth of dope, you still gonna get paid $1,000 a week.
Oh hell no.
That's how it was.
Yeah, man.
Right or wrong? Am I lying?
I'm making
That's how it was. But it didn't matter how much you was on
I
the
might
paid
get a
budget.
real Miami boy on the phone to explain this to you, man, so you can get some in-depth information.
Yeah, that
You know?
I ain't going for that, Red.
I'm telling you, bro.
I ain't going for that, Jack.
You might get a bonus.
Real, man.
You might get a bonus.
Well, what's the bonus?
What? If you sell 20,000 one week and sell 40,000 the next week, really you on the contract. I ain't got to give you nothing.
Okay, look, so we right here on Spliff TV, man. So I said I need to call a real Miami representative, man, to kind of explain the streets of Miami. And I was trying to break it down the best I can. But I was telling them how in Miami, you just can't sell dope in Miami if you don't have a spot. And that a lot of time when you have a spot, you name the package, and that's how the police were picking up niggas after the package that they named. Could you break that down to them, home?
No, put it next to Mike.
Well, I'm only have to speak for my era, right? But but that's a real Miami. Like back in the day, that's our signature, right?
Hold on, this my homie OG Jigga Valley. So look at man, can you run it down to split, man, how the Miami streets go, how the Miami street politics go from your era?
Okay, man. Look back history on me, man. I'm born and raised in Miami, man. Know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, know what I mean? From the time I came out the house, man, we got certain things called short stopping. You can't just come up on the block. At least back in my day, you couldn't just come up on the block and just freelance and just sell some work. You know what I mean? That was a death sentence. You could really catch a beat down, but most likely nowadays it's a death sentence. You know what I mean? You stopping a nigga paper. So that's one thing, me and Miami being a source city, especially back in the days, now, we done lost that rank to Atlanta as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean? But back in the day, Miami was a real source city for that pack. You know what I mean? So if you got a source city for a pack, the distributing part gonna be hard. It's too much work, but not enough spots. So you know what I mean? So those spots, they'll be passed down generation to generation, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if an uncle go to jail, his brother gonna step up. You know what I'm saying? And so forth and so forth. You know what I mean? That's how it was. You either working on a team or you ain't serving on the block. It's just, you know what I mean? You have everything. If we organized our situation, we had watch shots. Bond man, the bond man is the one that actually out there. And the reason he called bond man is because he the one gonna need the bond the most. You know what I'm saying? He the bond man. People mispronounce saying the bond man, but it's the bond man. You know what I'm saying? That's the one that's serving on the block. He the only one that's really, they rush down on, because you ain't gonna never see the gunman. The gunman, he called the street in the building with the K, or he's somewhere, you know what I mean, on top of, you know what I mean, in a cut or sitting in a car away from the spot. You know what I'm saying? But he got an eye on the spot at all times. You know what I mean? And we got to watch out. You know what I'm saying? So it's organized down there, man. I know y'all done seen Nino Brown and on New Jack City type thing, man. But Miami been on that. You know what I mean?
I said the same thing just now, didn't I say the same thing? I say that Miami had a New York way of hustling, and what I mean by that is I ain't even saying New York was the originators of it, because Miami been doing it since the beginning too. We going back to the late 70s, early 80s, so I ain't just saying they the only one started it, but they been organized. Like I was saying, you had certain blocks, and the only reason why I know this, because I ain't gonna never speak on that and I don't know, because I done been locked up with a lot of niggas from Miami in the state. I've been to state joint 6 times, so I've been around them all my life. And they said, goddamn it, they used to have blocks. And they say they don't give a damn if you sell 10,000 or 20,000, you still get that weekly pay. Like, you might make $1,000 a week. So they don't give a damn how much dope you motherfucking sell. You're going to get that 1,000 mandatory. Even if you don't sell no dope, you still going to get that paycheck every week. You know what I'm saying? And listen, and say if you do good, you might do some numbers, nigga give you a bonus, but they was organized like that. Tampa was never like that. No, Tampa was almost like a free fall. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was getting money, but we wasn't organized like Miami was doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that's a good or bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Because
I thought it was a good thing because it had structure.
Correct.
And the structure was it's a job. You come to the job every day, you clock in,
you right
got
about
a salary regardless, like you just said, regardless if the spot make 10,000 that shift. But once a spot is established like that, we pulling in 10,000, 15,000 a shift. We run a 24-hour shift, one-stop shop, weed, base, and lace. You know what I mean? If y'all know what that mean. That mean, tree game, that mean lace game, coke, and then base game, that's crack.
Listen, base butter sense.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it again. That what them niggas out of Miami used to say. I'm going back on your ass. Base butter sense, nigga. That's a Miami term.
Base butter sense. We wide ass open. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, and then another thing that I agree with our structure back then was everybody wasn't. Now how you see everybody now got a pack and you got a phone, you can sell dope. Back then, I love to be the fact was because the dope boys and the people in position, they wasn't letting everybody, they wasn't putting everybody down.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? You had to be a troublesome little boy, keep going in and out for a nigga to grab you and say, hey man, come on over here and get this paper.
Hey, listen, man.
They tired of you still doing dumb shit.
Listen, man, I got to address this right here, right? I got to address this about Miami niggas. right? I gotta address this, bro. Them niggas from Miami back in the days, right? They were so thorough, right? All us was Tampa, Miami, and everything. I used to can look at a nigga from Miami and tell he was from Miami because he had the Miami swagger. These days, these young niggas talking about they from Miami, some of them look goofy as fuck to me. Back in the days, I used to tell a nigga from the city, nigga from overtime, nigga got a mouth full of gold, nigga talking that shit, fly ass young niggas and everything. Now, when I see niggas from Miami, I'm like, what the fuck? Because guess what? The motherfucking generation done changed. That old school that motherfucking Valley come from, that old school he come from is not there no more. Like I can see it written all over him quite naturally because he old school. I can see it. But now it's a different type of
I got Bull Valley. Y'all know who Bull Valley. I got Anthony Fields on my inbox right now.
Yes,
on
sir.
my inbox right now. I told you I'm gonna get y'all that interview, man. I'm gonna get Street Elements that interview, man. Anthony Fields, a real one out of Miami, man. You know what I'm saying? Little Bo, he in my inbox right now. From the joint, man. He been gone 20-some years, man. Real love story out of Miami, man. You know what I'm saying? Bo lost his girl, man. You know what I'm saying? Through some tragic. If y'all want to follow that, man, I'm dropping that on YouTube right now. OG Jigga partly on my podcast on YouTube, man.
Hey,
but
Jigga.
like, hold on. Right to what Ronnie Red was saying. I totally agree with him, man. I've been dropping episodes. Miami, we lost our identity, man.
Yeah,
we lost
for real,
our
bro.
identity down the way, man. We done lost our identity, man. You know what I'm saying?
I met some fly niggas. Listen,
like
Tampa
Cali,
niggas fly
like
niggas.
some other place.
But I met a lot of fly niggas out of Miami. But you got to think, I always be telling niggas, right? I'm going to tell y'all about the history of Florida. We all know that Miami is the mecca of Florida. There is. I love my city, but every city has, like Atlanta is for Georgia, like LA is for California. Yeah, they was, but everybody caught up. Because a lot of the stuff that was going on in Miami was going on in Tampa. The only thing y'all had South Beach, but the hoods and the dunks and the dreads and the Haitians and the Cubans and all that shit is going on in Tampa at the same time. But Miami is the Mecca. It's the Mecca of Florida.
Red. I appreciate that compliment, but I'm gonna tell you that I feel like you're right. You know why I say that? I feel cause at the bottom, what dope do? Dope ride from the bottom on up, ain't it?
Correct.
And look, Tampa at the bottom too. It get more live from Miami on up, round up. You know what I'm saying? All the way.
I tell people all the time, right? I love the whole state of Florida, but Florida started changing from Central Florida down to Miami. From Tampa and Miami, that's where the Puerto Ricans and Cubans and all that. When you talk about North Florida, them white folk. When you talk about Gainesville, Jacksonville, Pensacola, and all that, them white folks. When you talk about Central Florida on down to Miami, that's when it get colorful. That's when it get colorful. It's a little more colorful in Miami, but it get colorful. You know what I'm saying? I remember time, dog, I used to be out of town pushing work, because Miami niggas was the first travelers. And what I mean the first travelers is they the first niggas out of the state of Florida to go to other cities. And then we like followed suit. Cause listen, niggas in the South, I don't know if they brent so far as Texas, but niggas out the South, it been a nigga out of Florida in every city, man, putting down, and that's no disrespect. From the Carolinas to the Georgias to the Alabama. Listen right here, I had them went to Mobile, Alabama, right? So I got the Tampa pride. So when I was there, niggas was asking me, because it's some cats out of Miami that was there, like I said, and they told us to keep the niggas green, because ounces in Tampa at the time was 7, but we busting their head in Mobile, Alabama for 1,600. But they telling the nigga to keep a nigga green. But we was on really, we was on some homeboy shit up there.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? We was on some Florida shit, like y'all from Dade, we from Tampa, but we not goddamn it, we in a whole nother state, man. We ain't beefing with each other, man.
No, we're gonna get some money.
Ain't no motherfucking shit. But yeah, Miami was the first travelers, man. So dude would ask me where I'm from. I got the Tampa pride. I say Tampa. So my homeboy started telling me, nah, go and tell him you from Miami. Just in case something happen. Anything. Put it like that. If they think you from Miami, I'm not offering that. If they saying, hey man, y'all, because that's the first thing they thought. But they ain't know it was niggas out of Jacksonville at that time. This later on in the years. Miami started it. Mm-hmm. But they didn't know it was niggas out of Jacksonville, niggas out of Tampa that was there. Then I'm talking about dudes from the whole state of Florida. They just assumed that it was Miami because Miami had that motherfucking psych at that time.
Exactly.
Hey, to piggyback, Ronnie Red, let me say this. To piggyback on what Ronnie Red is saying, right? If you go in the federal law books right now, right, and Google Miami boys, the case that gonna come up is a case in Knoxville, Tennessee. I was up there. It was some guys up there from Palm Beach called Boulash. They serving, they should be about on their way home, but they've been gone since the 80s, right? But they was calling them the Miami boys, right? And so what my homeboy from Temple saying right now is And the reason Miami get that credit for being the first city out of Florida to do it, we at the coastal line, so the Colombians, they source they work in through Miami. You know what I'm saying? They were hitting through Tampa too. They would start hitting all of them. Anybody that had a port start getting that work. But when you had Pablo them, like you hear Ross say, I know Pablo, he's saying that he know niggas that got work from them, you know what I mean? Ike, Bo Diddley them. They was getting that, you know what I mean? Vonda them, they was getting them packs.
Shout out to
Man,
Bo
I got
Diddley,
old
man.
stuff.
Listen, man. Shout out to Bo Diddley. I was at Coleman with Bo Diddley for 10 years, man. He's a
I got
gambling.
no number right
Listen,
now,
he's a
man.
mean. Listen, Bo Diddley is a mean old motherfucker. Let me tell y'all about the legend. The legend Bo Diddley. He probably was one of the richest niggas in Miami. I can talk about Bo Diddley because I know him personally. We used to gamble together. We used to skin together. He was a goddamn
That's his
peanut
thing.
eating.
That's his
He's a
thing,
peanut
dude.
eating ass, hard ass, rough ass nigga. Shout out to Bo Diddley.
What you say,
my
Billy?
nigga.
I say a lot of people like to give Bo Diddley the dope boy title, right? And I know he was a kingpin out of Miami, but Bo Diddley came to fame as gambling.
Yes.
He's the biggest gambler.
And people
out of
don't
Miami,
know
man.
that
No,
Bo Diddley is not from
Ike,
Miami.
Ike,
Bo,
Diddley, no,
he
listen,
from Georgia.
He's from Georgia.
He from
Listen.
Georgia. He a
Ike
Georgia
from
boy. I know him.
Ike
And
from
he
Georgia.
would tell you that. I'm from Georgia. I'm from Georgia.
So let me tell you something about Miami.
Bo Diddley will tell you that. All them years you been in Miami, 50 years, you old motherfucker. I'm Georgia. I'm Georgia.
No, let me tell you history about Miami, man. In Miami, you gonna have one or two. You gonna have at least one of them. If you a real Miami nigga, you gonna have some family out of one of them 3 islands: Bahamas, Haiti, Jamaica, Cuba. I gotta throw Cuba in there too, right? Man, your people gonna be split between South Carolina and Georgia. Like my family out of Thomasville, Georgia, and half of my family out the Bahamas. But they you know they migrate to Miami, they work in Miami. So you gonna know what I'm saying? To be what he's saying, Big Ike from Georgia. Big Ike from Georgia, but he whole life in Miami.
Right.
Big Ike,
You
the
know
one
what
from
I'm
Carol
saying?
City,
Bo
right?
Diddley from Georgia. I talked to Bo Diddley on a regular, man. Bo Diddley right now, man. Shout out to my homeboy, man. My homeboy trying to climb back up, man. I ain't even gonna put his story out there, but anyway, man, Bo Diddley a real legend out of Miami, man. That's all I'm gonna say, man.
Yeah,
Real
man, he a
legend.
legend, man. He a legend, you know what I'm saying? And plus what y'all got to realize, right? To Bo credit, Bo down there 70, bro. Bo is an old head for real. I mean, he's 65 easy. You know what I'm saying? And he's solidified in the streets, my nigga.
He had a hell of a story.
legend.
Ain't he the one that had the goddamn car?
He had the Rolls Royce in the mansion in Miami. That's his claim to fame.
Yeah, he had the motherfucking car.
He had it inside the house, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Outside the house, someone spinning
Listen,
around.
man. Bo,
like at the goddamn car lot.
Bo done showed me pictures. Bo Diddley have showed me personally pictures of him getting off a private jet in Vegas with a goddamn Fila short set on. He got Fila everything on. Mm-hmm. He getting off a private jet. This in the late 70s, early 80s, man.
Yeah, they were eating back then.
Yes, man. The man was in Vegas. The man is a boss gambler. That's his thing, dog. He got it bad. He a good nigga like a motherfucker. When I mean he got it bad, he done bust niggas. He done broke me on the skin table before. I gambled with him for years, bro. He a shit talking ass nigga. He a good nigga though, but he a shit talking about. Boy, Bo a mean old nigga.
How long?
Bo Diddley out of Miami, Florida is a mean old fucker.
How long Bo
Bo did 27, 28 years straight. No, my bad. I ain't gonna take nothing from him. He did 30. Bo did 30 years in the Fed, man.
Okay.
Bo did 30 in the Fed, man. And Bo whole argument, I used to be walking around the track with him sometime, right? His whole argument was that lawyer. Because Bo gave that lawyer like $5 million. But the lawyer, he ended up getting a life sentence in the Fed, and he gave him millions of dollars. But Bo always used to tell me is that the white boy the white boy, the Jew boy, he makes sure he motherfucking can order every month $300 the limit. And then when he got out, Bo always told me that the white boy had a house for him, where he ain't never had to worry about nowhere to live. Bo used to tell me this. Mm-hmm. He said he got a house. He said the white boy know he fucked up at trial, but he send me money every month. All my life, I ain't never got to worry about that. Plus, he got a house for me when I get out.
Well, that's who came up. Remember I tell you that's who came up during the dope game. It was the attorneys.
Yeah, you did say that.
Hey, Casey, I'm gonna call Bo. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to get him in, see if he want to interview with you.
Okay, bet. You gonna hit me right back?
I gotta know.
All right.